I'd just like to say thank you all for coming out in support of all the wonderful individuals that we have up here on this wonderful Sky Bar. Please give yourselves a round of applause because you all look wonderful. You guys are smelling great, looking good, feeling even better. How you guys liking the cocktails? You guys enjoying the cocktails? Enjoying the food? Yeah?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is social excellence. So we do these programs to stimulate positive energy, goodwill, eat good, drink good. That's what we're all about. I represent the Auchentoshan brand. I know I've had people ask me how to pronounce it this evening. It's actually Auchentoshan single malt scotch. It's award-winning. It's triple distilled. If you've had it on the rocks, neat. You probably have noticed some hints of vanilla, some cherry, and all that goes back to how we distill the actual product. Now, this whole program is about recognizing individuals that do great things in the community, that bring out the light in others and in their respective fields. We have individuals from philanthropy, from politics, from education to media, all these different realms. So that's what this evening is about. It's about celebrating them, celebrating their great accomplishments and their continued success. And I just want to thank you all for coming out, being so respectful, so beautiful, and enjoying, I'm sure, all of the wonderful beverages that we're having. So you guys, I'm sure, probably all received literature on the brand, the Auchentoshan brand. So if you guys are interested in purchasing any or finding any, I'm sure you can find some at your local beverage store here in DC, or actually here at Beacon Bar and Grill as well. So I have to do the proper marketing for the brand. But with that being said, I'd definitely like to get into the acknowledgement and recognition for the individuals that brought us all together here in the DC area at the Beacon. And also a special shout out to Jamal Smalls. Yeah, can we give a round of? He's been keeping it rocking from jump. He's a personality in the city of Chicago. So when you guys go to Chicago and you listen to WGCI, you'll find Jamal Smalls on the air holding it down. He's traveling with us throughout the nation. We're in New York next. So Jamal is a great friend, a great colleague, and big ups to him because he knows the soundtrack that we need. So let me get into these awards so you guys can get back to your beverages and your wonderful networking. So the first person I'd like to recognize this evening is Miss Charnice Calhoun Carter for her wonderful work in the field of health and acknowledgement and recognition of health. Her particular brand is Juice for Life, and she educates individuals on the proper way to juice. So I don't want to steal her thunder. I'll give her the microphone. But this is in recognition of your service to the city of DC and the DMV area. If you could, just a few words, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be up here and to be honored today. I'm going to say a few words real quickly so you guys can get back to enjoying your evening. But the name of my nonprofit is Juice for Life. It was founded by myself and my late husband, who was diagnosed with salivary gland cancer. And Juice for Life is an alternative and integrative cancer support nonprofit. My husband passed away about 1.5 years ago from cancer, and we both were diagnosed with cancer around the same time. So I'm a breast cancer survivor, and we decided against, thank you very much. We decided against conventional treatment and decided to do alternative treatment. And my reason for starting the nonprofit was to educate others about other options available besides conventional treatment. So there's so many other things that you can do along with chemotherapy and radiation, but a lot of us just aren't aware of it. So when my husband was diagnosed, he was given 3 months to live, and the doctors still wanted to do chemo and radiation. So my thoughts behind that was, why would we do that even if you're telling us that he's still going to die? So we decided to go to Mexico and do alternative treatment, and we learned so much about the body and how to heal naturally, and the things that you should and shouldn't eat, the different things that you can incorporate in your life, including juicing, detoxing your body, putting all the good stuff in your body. So when we came back from Mexico to the States, we continued alternative treatment and found that it was so expensive. And I just wanted to put together an organization where I can have almost like a one-stop shop for the Maryland, DC, and Virginia area, full of information for people to learn more about just healthy living, alternative treatment, not just for cancer, but for any disease, and how if you just continue to build your immune system up, you can fight just about any disease. So that was the purpose of the nonprofit, and also just to be able to contribute to finances for people who are trying to live a healthy lifestyle. When you're ill and, you're willing to try just about anything to stay alive. But sometimes when you don't have the money or the education or the knowledge, you just continue just to do with what your doctor told you to do, and that's one way. So because it was so expensive, we know that everybody is not afforded the opportunity to try different things. So my purpose with the nonprofit is to be able to financially provide for different people who are going through it and also educate. So I just encourage you all to go to our website, www.juiceforlight.org. Continue to support us, continue to spread the word, and continue to contribute in any event that we have. Please go and stay informed by going through the website. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you rock. You rock. So, man, that's real. That's real. Thank you, Michelle. I eat garlic, so I try to do my thing. So the next honoree we'll have this evening is Miss Talea Wawa. This is for the field of politics. Talea I've known for many moons now, and when we were putting together the program here in DC, and I was thinking about somebody who was just on it and just brilliant, and obviously we ran her by a team of people that you didn't know, but your work is exemplary. She's focused. She's a young gunner, and again, I don't want to steal her thunder, but I'll let her share some of what she's doing and what she feels is socially excellent. Thank you, Talea.
Thank you, Nico. I work for the Department of Agriculture, basically in fruits and vegetables, promoting, expanding markets, international development, and I'm just going to kind of keep this brief. Other than that, I own my own business doing marketing consulting, creative marketing consulting for nonprofits, small businesses, and entrepreneurs and entertainers. My website is www.taleawaller.com. I specialize in business plans, creative marketing solutions, event planning, and public relations. I'm kind of new to DC, but I just became the social chair for the Young and Powerful, which is a nonprofit in DC for young professionals, and we do a lot of events. And I want to encourage all of you to also come out to our event, which will be this 3rd of July, and pretty much you can find us on Google, youngandpowerful.org. So, and that's it. Thank you.
A powerful woman of few words, but I've known Talea since Atlanta, and oftentimes I don't always tell people that I see what they're doing, but when I have an opportunity to lift someone up who I know is doing positive work, or is doing good things, and isn't soliciting the stage or the spotlight, then we do it. That's what we're supposed to do, and that's what social excellence is about. In fact, that is a young lady here today who exemplifies social excellence in the realest way. This young lady helped me from FedEx. I had to pick up a package at the cab waiting out front, and it was somebody in front of me. She was like, "Come on, you got to get it in." And she could tell, she started looking in my eye, and she blessed me, and so I returned the favor by inviting her out this evening, and I hope you're having a good time. So I appreciate it. That's what it's about. This event is about everybody looking out for one another in some capacity. I know it's a lot of things going on in our world today that, could cause us to become negative, but I think everybody in this room exemplifies a positive energy, a positive light, and it's more than just about getting free cocktails and free food. I feel like everybody in here is really making real connections and expanding their network, which also equals your net worth. So, with that being said, I'm going to keep the project moving. I get a little bit mushy up here because I love this. So the next honoree is, my main man, Telly Woods. Telly, young Telly. Telly for what he's doing in the realm of philanthropy with the Think Positive magazines that I hope everybody's been reading. I think Telly exemplifies the whole concept and meaning behind what social excellence truly is, and actually manifesting his destiny through the Think Positive magazine. So this is a recognition of your work, and I'll pass the mic to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate that. My name is Telly Woods. I am 1/4 of Miracle Media Incorporated, and we actually just launched a brand new magazine called Think Positive Magazine. And it was kind of crazy because a couple years ago, it was me and my friends. We were just kind of sitting around, and I don't know why we were talking about this, but we were talking about some disheartening statistics in the African American community. And one of my friends said, well, what are we going to do about it? And which was a good question. And somebody just blurted out, I don't know, let's start a magazine. And so we did that, even without any background in publishing. God just put something on our heart, and we took it, we ran with it, and the result is what you see on the tables. And I really encourage you guys to pick up a copy of it, take it home. Don't just flip through it. Read it. Okay. It's some really good information in there, and our target market are pretty much you guys, young black professionals. And just to give you an idea of what the magazine is all about, I'm just going to read our warning that's in it. We put this warning in every single magazine. It says, purchasing this magazine is a ticket to a fight, and the mind is the battlefield. Think Positive Magazine is the brain surgery determined to amputate damaging thought patterns. By reading this magazine, you are waiving your right to mediocrity, insecurities, and the trap of a lukewarm lifestyle. So that's what we're all about, social activism and just moving the race forward, So go to thinkpositivemag.com, subscribe. It would really help us out a bunch. We actually just got a national distribution deal that we signed yesterday, and man, God is good. So thank you. Thanks, Nico.
That's funny. That's where we're going next. Sorry about that, guys. Wow, I love this, man. This is what it's about. So as you think about social excellence, also make sure you remember the classic Auchentoshan or the 3-wood. Shameless plugs. Alright, so the next person I'd like to recognize, obviously since we're in DC, but we're heavy on the political side, is Miss Michelle Mitchell, my lovely assistant, who's been so wonderfully assisting me. This is an acknowledgement for your great work in the field of government and politics and social policy. And I'll pass the mic.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank the sponsors of tonight's event and for promoting social excellence across the country and tonight in the nation's capital. So welcome to Nicholas. Thank you for all of your help organizing this event. You have just been phenomenal and just on top of it. And of course, I won't be long. I won't stand between you all and complimentary beverages and a great DJ. But I'll tell you a little bit about the work that I do. So it was funny as I found out about this award that I was receiving it. It was one of those moments that I was like, you called me? So I just haven't heard the word excellence a lot in my adult life. And I mean, as a kid, you kind of hear it all the time when you get that A+ back in red ink on your paper, and if you're lucky enough, the teacher will write excellent or perfect next to it. And so throughout life, excellent and perfect have been synonymous, in that unless you did a perfect job, it was no longer excellent. And so it was just interesting that as I reflected on what is social excellence, I thought about what does excellence mean? And for me, I had to redefine what excellence meant. It didn't mean that you were perfect. It meant that you strove for perfection. It meant that you were diligent, that you worked hard, and that you were a selfless person. And so a little of the work that I do was a bit of an improbable story for me and an improbable story for the person I work for. So I work in the Obama administration, and I remember 5 years ago when I graduated law school and I signed up to be a community organizer and make $24,000 a year, which was $6,000 less than what I made before law school. My family thought I was crazy. My friends thought I was crazy because they were making 125, 150 at big firms, and they were like, "You're insane." So I lived practically on the road for 2 years, lived in 7 different states working to get the president elected, and it was a grueling experience. It was not one that was always perfect. There aren't perfect people, so there wasn't a perfect process. But we tried hard, and we really put our shoulder to the wheel. And so it was just a great 2 years, and it's been a great 3 years working for the Obama administration here in Washington, D.C. I work currently at the Department of Commerce, where I had just phenomenal opportunities to work in South Africa on sub-Saharan Africa policies, and also for women and girls across the country. And so, again, like, it was just one of those moments that excellence was completely redefined for me over this 5-year period. And I'm so grateful to Nicholas for recognizing the work that I have done. It's a lot of times you're in the office late and you have no idea that people actually notice and that your work will someday be recognized. But I believe all of the work that we do is important, and just tonight's not about me. Tonight is about the excellence that lives in all of us. So I believe that every single person has been planted with excellence, and as we live out that excellence, I believe we'll change our communities, we'll change our neighborhoods, we'll change our nation, and we'll change this world. So again, thank you for this honor. I am so deeply grateful to be honored with the rest of the awardees. They are phenomenal people that are doing great things, and your magazine is awesome. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, whatever office you're running for, I'm voting. I mean, seriously, like, you see the caliber of people. What we're talking about here is raising caliber, and everybody here has been touched or vetted at some level or another. So this isn't just an arbitrary group of people that have been brought together. This is completely legitimate. This is something that we stand on, believe in, regardless if it was Auchentoshan or any other brand. This is something that is deep within my heart. I know Mr. Jamal Smalls, and I know how we met. The spirit knows the spirit, and so while we might be enjoying cocktails, this is really about real spirit. So I hope we are really tapping into good spirit, and enjoying good spirits. So the final, last but not least, I guess it's this is how it goes, isn't it? The president, Mr. President himself, Mr. Hakeemu Davidson of the Thursday Network. I'd like to big ups for all the wonderful work you're doing in the arena of social, philanthropy, media, all the above, for, just holding it down here from an Urban League standpoint, and, helping coordinate these activities that we're out here enjoying. So I'll relinquish the mic.
Thank you, Nico. Thanks to Jamal Smalls, Auchentoshan, everybody here who's here to exemplify social excellence. I am the president of the Greater Washington Urban League's Thursday Network. We are an organization of young professionals that do community service and attempt to uplift the community. We have a lot of TN members here, so anybody that can hear me that's a TN member, make a little bit of noise. All right. Obviously, as the president of a group that's 20 years old, this is really more about the organization than it is about myself. So I would especially like to thank and acknowledge our executive board for right now. I see Kelly Kitchens, our community service director. A round of applause for her, please. Portland Cunningham is taking pictures. She's over here. She's our PR chair. Bayla Reynolds is our parliamentarian and fund development director. Kara Scoff is our membership chair. She does a great job. Anybody else that I missed? A couple old school members, Telly Woods, Romel Cummings. Appreciate all you guys being out here, as well as everybody else. So what Thursday Network does, the reason that we're important, the reason that we are part of what you would consider social excellence is because we work very hard for our community. The only reason we exist is to extend the goals of the Greater Washington Urban League. We do a lot of work with youth, a lot of work with the elderly. We make sure that the students are being mentored and have somebody to look up to. We have several mentoring programs. We do at least 3 or 4 community service activities every month. It takes a lot to do that outside of your busy jobs, your schedules, working on your careers, your other parts of your life. But it's important that these things be done, because if we are socially excellent, we cannot do that unless society is excelling. And that means that we need to be lifting others up with us as we come up in our careers, as we become better professionals, we become directors and VPs and business owners and entrepreneurs. So it's always important that you do what you can in whatever you're doing now, that you try to do more. And so we do that every day. We work very hard as a group, and it's very, we appreciate being honored and recognized for the work that we do in the nonprofit area and volunteerism, because we certainly don't get paid for it, but it's definitely worth it to know that you're making a difference for the future and for the current. So I'd like to thank Auchentoshan and Nico for bringing us out here, and that's it.
Thank you. And if I could, make sure I have all the honorees here in the front. I'd like to make sure we get a final picture. But also special shout-outs to the two young ladies holding those cameras right now, who've been holding it down all evening, making sure we didn't have any line breakers, habitual line steppers. I know I see a couple in the room. There's a couple of habitual line steppers. But also, too, I'd like to also let you guys know that this evening is also in support of Impact America, an initiative that works in conjunction with Jamal Smalls, Nita Taylor,